Hello and a warm welcome to another edition of Sports 360. The week gone by has been full of thrills, spills, chills and wow moments. I am Anil Thomas and over the next 30 minutes, we'll take a look at all the action from the world of sports. Women's World T20 began with a bang. Indian women's causing the biggest upset of the tournament, beating Australia there in the opening game. That's not all. Khelo India University Games, the first edition of which kick-starts. That's not all. The match schedule as well as venues for the Under-17 Women's World Cup in India being announced. Loads of action to look forward to. But first, let's get started with the top story that we are tracking this week. Women's T20 World Cup 2020 began with the Indian Eves causing the biggest upset, as I said, to beat defending champions Australia in the opening group game to take all the other 9 teams in the fray by surprise. Can India better their semi-final finish from 2 years ago when Harmanpreet Kaur, Smriti Mandhana and company made the nation dream, or will Australia win their 5th title? Can England or West Indies win a second T20 World Cup title, or can we see a new nation lay its hands on the crown?
Here's a look at how the 10 teams stack up in the T20 World Cup. Group A include Australia, India, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. Australia star player Eliza Perry. With the likes of legends Meg Lanning, Eliza Perry and Aliza Helly in their ranks, the Aussies are favourites to progress to the semi-finals from Group A, with India and New Zealand the 2 strongest contenders to accompany them out of the group stage. India's star player Smriti Mandhana. 2 young batsmen have emerged since the last World Cup who are vital elements in the India T20 team. While Mithali Raj has made way since the 2018 edition, Jemima Rodrigues and Shafali Verma could be the 2 youngsters to look out for this time around. Smriti Mandhana has also enjoyed a fine run of form in T20 internationals, having 405 runs from 14 matches at an average of 31.15 over 2019. New Zealand star player Sophie Devine and Suzie Bates are 2 top-order batsmen New Zealand can rely on to get them good starts. Sri Lanka star player Chamari Atapattu. Sri Lanka will be looking to spring an upset or 2 against India, New Zealand and Australia as they continue their quest to qualify for the knockout stages of the T20 World Cup. Bangladesh star player Salma Khatun. Bangladesh, one of the 2 teams to have taken the qualification route to the T20 World Cup, are the weakest team from Group A on paper. They beat Ireland to qualify for the tournament. Group B, England, South Africa, West Indies, Pakistan, Thailand and England. England star player Natalie Skyber. If Australia are the most star-studded side from Group A, England are the team most brimming with superstars in Group B. South Africa star player Leslie Lee. England are favourites to qualify for the semi-finals from Group B, but the remaining spot looks set to go down to a 3-way race between South Africa, West Indies and Pakistan. Leslie Lee is the most feared batsman from the South Africa side. West Indies star player Stephanie Taylor. West Indies have brought back some established names into their squad for the World Cup. Deandra Doughton and experienced spinner Anisa Mohammed will spearhead the spin attack. Pakistan star player Bisma Maroof. Among teams to have automatically qualified for the World Cup, Pakistan have the worst record at the tournament. Thailand star player Sornarine Thipoch. Thailand will be making their first ever appearance at the T20 World Cup, being the first few teams to take part in the tournament since 2014. Sports 360 DD India.
Well, a day-night test when India toes down under next, and that's not all. India is still open to the idea of playing more day-night tests. That's not all. There are many other things that decisions were taken in the BCCI Apex meeting that happened over the week. Let's take a look at some of the important decisions.
Day-night test in Australia. BCCI President Sourav Ganguly confirmed that India will play day-night tests against Australia and England. India will play a day-night test in Australia. Also, the second test between India and England at Motera will be a day-night affair. India will play a 4-test series in Australia in December-January, while England will come to India for a 5-test match series in January-February 2021. A home day-night test is going to be an annual fixture. No Pakistan player for All-Star game. An exhibition all-star game between Asia 11 and World 11 game will be played in March to inaugurate the new Sardar Patel Stadium built at a cost of Rs 700 crore after razing down the old structure at Motera, Ahmedabad. Given the cross-border tension and a freeze in India-Pakistan bilateral cricket ties, Pakistan players will be kept out of the event. Indian Cricketers Association gets 2 crore. The Indian Cricketers Association was granted Rs 2 crore by the BCCI to kickstart its operations. The ICA, India's first player association formed as per the recommendation of the Supreme Court appointed Lodha panel, has been desperately seeking funds ever since its office bearers were elected in October last year. The ICA has received an initial grant but will have to raise money on its own in the long run. Contract of the first-class cricketers. The Apex Council decided to hand out contracts to first-class cricketers from the next seasons onward. The first-class cricketers will be bought under the contract system like England and Australia through respective state associations. At present, a first-class cricketer are paid Rs 35,000 per day for a multi-day fixture. Office bearers to decide ethics officers extension. Meanwhile, the Apex Council empowered the BCCI office bearers to take a call on the cricket board's ombudsman cum ethics officer, Justice retired D.K. Jain's extension. Justice Jain was appointed in February last year on a 1-year term. Sports 360, DD India.
Well, after a look at cricket, it's time now to move to football, and Navi Mumbai will host the final of the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup on November 21st. 5 host cities across India to host the 32 matches involving 16 of the world's best youth teams in women's football. The official slogan was also unveiled as the tournament will showcase the future stars of the women's game from 2nd to the 21st of November this year.
The stage is set for the future stars of women's football as the match schedule and host cities for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in India were unveiled. With a little over 250 days to go until the action gets underway, Ahmedabad, Bhubaneswar, Guwahati, Kolkata and Navi Mumbai have been confirmed as the 5 host cities for the tournament. 16 teams featuring the rising stars of women's football will compete across 32 matches to lift the coveted trophy in Navi Mumbai on 21st of November.
We will try to generate as much as awareness possible to make sure that we break all the records in terms of viewership, in terms of success, in terms of standard, in terms of the participation in the stadium.
In another significant announcement, the official slogan "Kick Off the Dream" was also unveiled by FIFA and the local organizing committee.
9 months' time, India will be creating history once again by hosting its first ever women's FIFA tournament. It's a massive step forward. I think there will be several historic moments.
Host India will play their matches in Guwahati. The knockout stage matches will be played in 4 venues with the final in Navi Mumbai.
We will not have double headers anymore, but we will have single headers for quarter-final, semi-final, and for the last day of the tournament, when we would like to celebrate football, women's football, and we will also be announcing and revealing the winner of the competition. We will be playing another double header on the 21st of November.
Following the launch of the official emblem in November 2019, the unveiling of the 5 host cities and the match schedule marks a major milestone for the tournaments as fans in the host cities and across India prepare to welcome the future stars and heroes of women's football.
We knew about this World Cup couple of years back. It's not that the World Cup was allotted to us as of yesterday. The moment we got the FIFA Under-17 World Cup, we put all the support mechanism to build the Indian national team to its fullest potential.
India will next seek to host the Under-20 World Cup and the prestigious FIFA Club World Cup in the near future. Anil Thomas, DD News, New Delhi.
Well, we constantly keep getting mails from your end, and just based on pure popular demand, we are starting a new segment on Sports 360 that's called Jaldi 5. What's Jaldi 5? We get you one sports celebrity, one sports person who's making news or who has something new to deliver to develop sports in India and the world. Today, our guest is going to be FIFA's women's football chief. She's the first to be appointed heading women's football in the world by FIFA, and she's overlooking India's World Cup preparations for the Under-17 World Cup. Let's listen to her.
Very happy and very excited. Yeah, if you looked at the Women's World Cup in France last year, a big percentage of those players, they started their international playing career at the Under-17 Women's World Cup. So what we're going to see in November is 16 countries with the stars of the future from each of those countries. It's a huge opportunity for India to have those players on their home turf. And also a massive opportunity for the women's team, the Under-17 women's team, who have already performed so well against Romania recently. I think when you understand the positive impact that a World Cup like this can have, particularly for women and young girls in the country, it's a no-brainer to extend it to another venue. India, as the sports minister has just recently said, is like a continent in itself. So if we have a chance to reach more people, especially women and girls, then we absolutely should take that chance. I see it as a great privilege for me to take the helm and be leading the development of women's football is a great privilege, and yeah, I'm honoured and humbled every day. I get to come to places like Delhi and see the impact on the ground that the game is having, and this is something I don't take lightly. Well, the event in November last year in Mumbai was really incredible. Obviously we had the iconic, the Gateway of India for the emblem launch, and yeah, every city for me is incredible. The people are so passionate. It's a beautiful country, and I'm excited to see more. In so many ways. In so many ways. I think more women and girls playing, more women and girls involved in football, not only on the pitch but also off the pitch. I hope to see more women represented within the media, more women covering technical roles. I think it's exactly what the slogan says. It will kick off the dream, I think, for so many young girls in India, not only to play football but to follow their own dreams.
Well, after a look at women's football, it's now time to shift focus to another first edition of the Khelo India University Games, and the Union Sports Minister there, Kiren Rijiju, clearly stating that sports must be given a structured format to make India a mega sporting country. Well, let's listen in. There was a theme song that was released for the Khelo India University Games. Let's take a look at this particular package.
Union Sports Minister Kiren Rijiju on Monday launched the theme song of the inaugural Khelo India University Games in New Delhi. On this occasion, he said that all the nations in the world which have gone on to become sporting powerhouses have invested heavily in their university structure.
इस बार जो खेलो इंडिया यूनिवर्सिटी गेम्स होगा उसमें कई इंडिया का रिकॉर्ड तोड़ेंगे, मुझे उम्मीद है। और जैसे हमारा तीनों ओलंपियंस यहाँ खड़े हैं, वैसे अभी अलग अलग स्तर पर हमारा जितना भी टॉप लेवल के जो एथलीट्स हैं प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोग क्वालिफाई हो चुके हैं, कुछ लोग ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ क्वालिफिकेशन. दे आर ऑल डिवोटिंग देयर टाइम एनर्जी टू मेक इंडिया प्राउड. सो इट इज़ आवर ड्यूटी to ensure that proper platforms are created, opportunities are provided, and all support systems are arranged in such a way that we really create India a great sporting powerhouse. That is the ultimate objective and idea of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. That is how the Khelo India was started, and today we are very happy that after this successful Khelo India Youth Games, now we are moving towards Khelo India University Games.
खेल खेल रहा है इंडिया, खेल रहा है इंडिया, खेल रहा है इंडिया, खेल रहा है इंडिया, आगे बढ़ रहा है इंडिया, आगे बढ़ रहा है इंडिया.
The theme song is sung and written by renowned singer Padamjit Shehrawat. The anthem has been composed keeping in mind the competitive nature of the championship.
मैं ये हमेशा मानता हूं कि मंजिल मिले ना मिले मुकद्दर की बात है, आप कोशिश ना करो ये गलत बात है. तो खेल में कभी आप हारते नहीं हैं. Either you win or you learn. या तो आप जीतते हैं या आप सीखते हैं. मेरा ये मानना है कि सीढ़ियां वो चढ़ते हैं जिन्हें छत पे जाना हो, जिन्हें आसमान छूना है वो उड़ान भरते हैं. और ये उड़ान है ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर की, ऑनरेबल स्पोर्ट्स मिनिस्टर, स्पोर्ट्स अथॉरिटी ऑफ इंडिया. और वो बच्चे जंगल में मोर नाचा किसने देखा? पहले भी हुनर होता था, मगर अब हुनर छिपेगा नहीं, हुनर छपेगा.
Prominent shooters like Manu Bhakar, Anish Banwala and Sanjeev Rajput were all present at the anthem launch ceremony.
खेलो इंडिया स्कूल गेम्स जो स्टार्ट किया था दैट वाज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी कि बहुत ही यंग टैलेंट जो था, जो छुपा हुआ था, जिसको अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिल रही थी बाहर आने के लिए, उसके लिए एक वंडरफुल प्लेटफॉर्म था जो कि हमारे गवर्नमेंट ने स्टार्ट किया. एंड नाउ दे आर स्टार्टिंग खेलो इंडिया इंटर यूनिवर्सिटी गेम्स. सो आई थिंक वो भी बहुत सारे बच्चों को पुश करेगा कि आगे बढ़ो और खेलो. And this will help our country, definitely help our country to build up more and more super athletes.
Odisha will host the prestigious event from 22nd February to 1st March 2020 at the Kalinga Institute of Industrial Technology, University in Bhubaneswar, in association with Sports Authority of India, Association of Indian Universities, the Indian Olympic Association and National Sports Federation. Narayan Singh Support, DD News, Delhi.
Barcelona captain Lionel Messi and Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton were named joint winners of the World Sportsman of the Year award at the 2020 Laureus World Sports Award. United States gymnast Simona Biles scooped the World Sportswoman of the Year award for the second year running. The World Team of the Year went to South Africa's men's rugby team following their victory at the 2019 World Cup in Japan. Let's take a look at the movers and shakers in the awards night.
Welcome to this, the 20th, ladies and gentlemen, Laureus Award. So well done, everyone. That's fantastic. Applaud wildly and enthusiastically.
The World Sportsman Award of the Year was shared for the first time with Lionel Messi and Lewis Hamilton getting an equal share of votes from fans worldwide. Messi became the first footballer to get the award after helping lead Barcelona to the Spanish League title, while Hamilton won his 6th Formula One championship.
Wow, this is such an incredible honor to see all those greats that I've followed, I've been inspired by, to be in amongst, to sit with all of you tonight, so many great rising stars, but legends. I've watched so many of you and have been inspired by you.
Primero que nada quería agradecer al grupo de la academia por haberme entregado este reconocimiento. La verdad que es un premio muy importante, muy especial, el cual
Gymnastics star Simone Biles was named the Laureus Sportswoman of the Year for the 3rd time. Biles won 5 gold medals, including a record 5th all-around title at the 2019 World Championship in Stuttgart. That made her the most decorated gymnast ever at the Worlds with 25 medals.
Yes, it means the world to me. This is my 3rd Laureus Award, so I'm truly grateful and I want to congratulate all the other nominees.
Sachin Tendulkar, being lifted on the shoulders of his teammates after the World Cup triumph at home in 2011, was voted the Laureus best sporting moment in last 20 years. With the backing of Indian cricket fans, Tendulkar got the maximum number of votes to emerge winner.
To be holding this trophy, I would like to thank the Laureus Academy members for giving this memory to me. This is really special.
Spanish Basketball Federation got the Exceptional Achievement Award, with its men's and women's team bagging almost all world honors in the game. Tour de France winner Egan Bernal bagged the World Breakthrough of the Year prize and is the first cyclist since Lance Armstrong to win Laureus Award.
Hello everyone, it was a pleasure to be nominated and the winner of the Laureus Awards. It's a really big result for me, for my career, so I'm really happy.
The South African rugby team won the prestigious World Team of the Year award for the 2nd time at the 2020 Laureus Awards in Berlin. They beat Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool and the US women's football team, among others. The Academy felt that the Springboks' incredible Rugby World Cup triumph showed the unique power of sports to unite. Sports 360 DD India.
Double Olympic 800-meter champion Caster Semenya ran her first public race after 8 months in 300 meters before proclaiming, "Track and field, you will still see my face." The 29-year-old is currently unable to compete in events between 400 meters and a mile without taking testosterone-reducing drugs following a rule change by the World Athletics. Olympic 800-meter champion has refused to adhere to the testosterone regulations, and a decision to open here with a 300-meter race might be significant.
Caster Semenya has run her first public race in 8 months, breaking the national 300-meter record at a low-level meeting at a South African university before proclaiming, "I'm here to stay." The Olympic 800 meters champion is currently banned from competing in her favored event at major meets, and any distance from 400 meters to 1 mile, unless she follows World Athletics rules that require her to medically reduce her natural testosterone levels to compete in women's competitions. The regulations were designed for female athletes with differences of sex development, like Semenya, and have been severely criticized. The race at the University of Johannesburg on Friday night, which also featured high school students, was Semenya's first appearance since last June, when she won the 800 meters race at the Prefontaine Classic in America. It's not the first time Semenya has guaranteed a comeback. The Olympics are just 5 months away, and it's doubtful if Semenya will be able to defend her title in the 800 meters. But maybe she has another plan. Semenya, who turned 29 last month, has twice appealed against the regulations. She lost her first appeal at sport's highest court. Her second legal challenge at the Swiss Supreme Court is still being considered. Her chances of winning that second appeal are seen as slim. Semenya has repeatedly refused to adhere to the testosterone regulations, and her decision to open the Olympic year with a 300-meter race might be significant. The rules do not apply to races below 400 meters, and Semenya could compete in the 200 meters at the Olympics without having to reduce her hormone level. Semenya didn't indicate what her intention was when she stated her track career was not over. The South African has rarely run the 200 meters, and her career best is 24.26 seconds. Semenya would have to improve that by nearly 2 seconds to meet the qualifying standard of 22.80 seconds for the Tokyo Olympics. She's previously tried distances longer than the mile with limited success. In the midst of her ongoing battle with track authorities over the regulations, Semenya has sometimes given confusing messages regarding her future. Last year, she joined a football team in Johannesburg and announced she would play for them during the 2020 season. That seemed to suggest she was ready to give up track and field, but she denied that, saying she could be a footballer and a runner. Sports 360, DD India.
Well, Manchester City were hit with a 2-season ban from European club competition and fined 30 million euros or 25 million pounds. The ruling seems to have split the club apart. Pep Guardiola, the manager, says that he is committed to the club, but star striker Raheem Sterling tells the Spanish press that he is open to challenges and refuses to rule out a Real Madrid move.
Man City have been banned from the Champions League for the next 2 seasons by UEFA and fined 30 million euros after they were found to have seriously misled European football governing body and broken financial fair play rules. But for now, they are out, which raises a number of serious questions for the club. Is it the end of Pep Guardiola? Time and again over the past few weeks, City manager Pep Guardiola has responded to questions about his future by stating his intention to see out his contract with Blues. Yet Guardiola has also consistently expressed his trust in the City hierarchy when they have assured him there was no foundation to the claims being looked into by UEFA's investigatory panel. However, it is fair to assume that after winning back-to-back Premier League titles with staggering point tallies that eclipsed anything that had gone before, and in addition becoming the first side to win all 3 domestic trophies in a single season, Guardiola may struggle for motivation. If City win the Champions League this season, Guardiola could go anyway. Now it is impossible to imagine him staying, and amid persistent rumours of interest from Juventus, Guardiola's City future would seem to hinge on whether the club are successful in their appeal. What about players? We already know that veteran midfielder David Silva will be leaving at the end of the season, but the number of players whose contracts are due to expire before City will return to the Champions League is a concern. Striker Sergio Aguero is at the top of that list. His deal expires in 2021. Leroy Sané's deal ends at the same time. And what of the plethora of stars who are under contract beyond 2020, such as Kevin De Bruyne, Ederson, Raheem Sterling, Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez? If Guardiola left, it is easy to see a number of players following the suit, which could leave City with a massive rebuilding exercise. What about their European status? Man City are in their 9th successive Champions League campaign. Of England's clubs, Tottenham are on the next longest current consecutive run with 4 seasons. That underlines their qualification should not be taken for granted, but also that City shouldn't be affected too much by missing out a couple of seasons. Liverpool have reached the past 2 finals but weren't even in the competition during the 2016-17 campaign, which shows how quickly situation can change. Maybe the biggest difficulty will be the loss of the chance to earn coefficient points. From their current 6th spot in the UEFA ranking, City are likely to drop out of the top 20 if they did not play European football for a couple of seasons. Sports 360, DD India.
Well, after a look at all that's happened in the week gone by, it's time now to take a look at the week ahead. What's in store? Champions League action there, 4 matches in action. The first one, Chelsea taking on Bayern Munich. A high-profile clash considering Chelsea have not won much of their matches in January. The next one on Tuesday night, that's going to be Wednesday morning for the Indian fans. Napoli taking on Spanish giants Barcelona there. That's not all. These are 2 matches for Wednesday night. If you look at Thursday, that's Thursday night for Indian fans. French club Lyon taking on Juventus, Cristiano Ronaldo's club. It's not going to be an easy ride for the French club considering their other club, Paris Saint-Germain, is in trouble. Real Madrid taking on Manchester City. Remember, Manchester City is under pressure. They need to get their act together and need to prove that this particular ban that they have been hit is not affecting them. Well, after a look at European football, back home in India, we have the first edition of Khelo India University Games that's going to begin on the 22nd of February and go all the way till the 1st of March. It's going to take place in Bhubaneswar, and that's not all. Close to 100 universities are expected to be bringing their sporting talent to this particular city in Odisha to showcase or to help India find the new sporting talent from university. That's talking about what's in the week ahead. Time now for the player of the week. The blonde beast of the Bundesliga, Norwegian teenager Erling Haaland, is the globe's new soccer's next big thing. You may ask, the Norwegian international has scored 39 goals that include 6 hat-tricks in just 29 appearances for RB Salzburg and Dortmund combined. He is our player of the week. Well, that's all we have time for in this edition of Sports 360. You like our program, do tell others. You don't, drop us a mail on ddindiasports360@gmail.com. One sporting thought before we say bye: how you play today from this moment on is how you will be remembered. We leave you with some visuals of sportsmen taking time out for charity. Take care, have a safe and wonderful sporting week ahead, enjoying and playing sports.